Oh my God, look at this guy's arms. He's bigger than me. I've been lifting for years, reading all the science books, looking at all the studies, and I still haven't achieved his size. Oh, and he's also not that fat. He's kind of lean. Look at him standing next to this guy who's obviously natty. He's outsizing him. This guy couldn't be natural. And look at him here, in this picture with his other buddy, Lane Norton, who we all know is not natural. And this guy's bigger than him. He can't be natural. He's got to be on steroids. Look at those legs. Look at those lips. Definitely steroids. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 40 Fitness. First of all, I want to say that me and Lane Norton are not buddies. Okay, met him once at an expo, cool guy, but we're not buddies. What I want to talk about real quick here today is the fat-free mass index. I was watching a podcast by Matthews talking about the fat-free mass index and how it's a scientific way to tell if somebody is using steroids. First of all, I call BS on that because they saying you can be at the normal limit, above the normal limit, and below the normal limit and still be a steroid user. So if that's the case, how is that any indicator or scientific way to tell somebody's on steroids if you could be above, at, or below the normal range? That's the top end of the normal range. That just don't sit right with me. There's been plenty of people, because of the high fat-free mass index, that's been accused or suspected on YouTube of been using steroids. The first one comes to mind is Chris Jones. You know, if you've been watching YouTube Fitness for a long time, you know, Chris Jones was one of the dudes that I was first hearing the phrase fake natty, him and Matt Ogus. Now, Chris Jones FMI is higher than Z's, okay? Now, when he done his last bodybuilding contest and he cut down to 176, you know, Chris looked good. Everybody was saying, oh, this dude's definitely natural, he's definitely this. But keep in mind, years ago, they was using the fat-free mass index to say he was on steroids, but his was higher than Z's, who was a known steroid user. Matt Ogus, Greg Pitts, Berno Nunez, these are also people with very high fat-free mass index. I'm talking about in the 24 range, which would make you suspect to being a steroid user. And one thing I notice about the internet is anybody with a decent physique is always accused of using steroids or some substance. I don't care if you show them a steroid test. If it comes back negative, they say you faked it. You can show them testosterone level. They say, oh, you took something in the past, which is BS because we know people who took drugs in the past, steroids in the past, and we see them now, and they're nowhere near the size they used to be when we knew they was on steroids. Look at Mark Lobliner. He came off everything he was on, nowhere near his size. You know, look at Kali Muscle. When he came off everything he was on, nowhere near his size. Now, those guys still maintain a decent amount of size using testosterone replacement therapy. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen to everybody. You know, everybody's body is different. Some people might retain a little bit more muscle, you know, coming off their drugs. You know, but so far on the internet, I haven't seen too many people came off their drugs and retain a majority of their size to where they still look like they're on the same amount of drugs. Now, another thing I want to say too is a lot of people say, oh, I don't mind somebody taking steroids. I don't mind somebody taking something. As long as they be honest about it, I don't want them scamming people. But it seems to me the main scammers are the people who people think are most honest. That's why Brittany Dawn and all the rest of these people get away with what they can get away with. And she wasn't the only one. You know, Jim Stepani, who's a PhD, was trying to pull the wool over people's eyes about a month or two ago. You know, and there's a whole lot of other people on YouTube trying to sell you supplements, workout programs, and ebooks that you don't need. You know, that's why I created 40 Fitness, to let you know that you can get fit for free. You know, you can create your own programs. You can do your own workouts. Do what works for you. You know, that is my number one thing. And I say that not because I don't know programming, it's because I really believe that. And another thing I have wrong with this study, getting back on the fat-free mass index study, was that the minimum requirement to get in this study was you had to be 16 years old with 2 years of lifting experience. Who in the world at 16 with 2 years of lifting experience reach their natural limits? You could be 20 years old with 2 years of lifting experience, and I doubt you would reach your natural limits. It takes years and years and years for that type of thing to happen. Chris Jones, I've seen him getting better over the years. It's amazing. And he still probably hasn't reached his limit. Who knows? And another thing about this study, it was a very small pool, around 74 people. That is nothing. What people need to realize on the internet, that there are billions of people in the world. This is not your corner gym. This is not your street. This is the world. There are billions of people. If 1% of those people are genetically gifted, that's 100,000 people. If just a small percentage of them people lift weights and got on YouTube, you can have 10,000 very genetically gifted people just floating around on YouTube. You don't know that. Now, we all know there are people that's been trying to pull the wool over our eyes, and we can see that. They're very lean at 235, and only like 5'9", 5'10". They shredded to the bone, retain all their muscles during the cut. We know those people. I've never been 235 and lean. I was 235 and fat as what? I could be 212 and still chubby. It takes me a lot to really look lean. My leanness, I think I only get down to like 13, 14% before I start feeling the effects of it. And I hate feeling bad. That's why I would get so lean. I don't want my, hormone levels to be in the dumps and to be low energy. And that's what I see with guys who get down to a ridiculous amount of body fat. So don't judge people based on this fat-free mass index, and don't judge people based on looks. You don't know them. You don't know them. Do your own thing. Here at 40 Fitness, man, I'm just here to encourage people to get in the gym and lift some weights. I don't care if you go in there and have the shittiest workout ever. Just do something. And hopefully one day something will inspire you to go a little bit farther, a little bit further, and a little bit more further. And you will reach those goals. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Got any comments, man? Leave them in the section down below, and maybe we can chat a little bit more. 40 Fitness out.